Video number 3, why this is the most expensive renovation per square foot that we've done to date. I'm Sean.
And I'm Stacy.
And we're Priority Builders.
So the third reason why this is the most expensive, it's the layout and the engineering. So when we first walked into this house, the layout on this main floor was completely different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
So we're now standing kind of inside the entryway of the home, but Sean's actually standing inside what used to be a wall.
Yeah. So like this whole area, this whole space back here is totally different. Where this closet is, where this powder room is, these bedrooms, all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
The bathroom that you see in the last video, none of that was framed that way to begin with.
In fact, there were only 2 bathrooms in this home. This powder room is a new add-on.
It's an addition.
Yeah, and actually there were 3 bedrooms upstairs. We took that down to 2 to allow for a larger primary bedroom and
huge walk-in closet. Just
yes.
massive,
yes.
Massive walk-in closet. So with that, anytime that you're going to do that in a renovation and you're going to totally change the layout of the main floor or the basement, there's going to be an engineer involved. So you got to call the engineer out. There's a huge cost for that because we know engineers make big money, but they're also very important, right?
Yeah. And one of the other things that we did in addition to changing the actual floor plan, so moving walls, changing the layout, was we actually took the home down to the studs, correct?
100%, yeah, right down to the studs. So there was nothing left, no insulation, no electrical, no plumbing, no nothing. And we just built it all up again, right? So if you are doing a full layout change on, say, your main floor like we are here, you got to think your electrical is going to have to change, your plumbing is going to have to change, your HVAC, where your floor vents are, that's going to have to change, and all these things add to cost. So probably the most cost-effective thing to do would be just to keep your current layout.
Yes.
But if you change it up, and you change it up big time, and you add like a new bathroom, there's going to be some big costs to that, right? So.
But one advantage, and I would say, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong,
yeah.
But one advantage, which in fact does add to cost, but actually saves costs in the long run, is when you do bring it down to the studs,
yes.
you discover issues that you may not have known were there. So for example, in this particular home, what did we discover in the roof?
There was a whole bunch of rotten roof boards and stuff like that. So once we stripped everything down to the studs, right about here, way up here, and a whole bunch of other spots, there was a bunch of rotten wood on the roof, right? So it was leaking in, it was leaking into the ceiling, and there was also some structural framing throughout that was completely rotten.
Yes.
Some exterior rotten boards, things like that. Some of the exterior sheeting was rotten that we had to replace.
And the interesting part is that they had the roof redone. Right, they'd had it reshingled.
They had it reshingled.
And the roofers had just shingled over
right over top the rotten wood. Yeah. So those are the things that you wouldn't find without doing that, right? So you can do a cosmetic renovation, which doesn't cost as much, but maybe in the long run it could cost even more, right?
Absolutely.
So, and who wants mold and rot behind their door?
Nobody wants mold and rot.
And this freaking layout's awesome.
Thank you.
It looks great. It looks amazing.
But it does add to the cost.
Huge.
So Sean, why don't you walk us through some of the layout changes that took place in this main floor?
So we're starting in the bedroom at the front of the house. So we did extend the bedroom over a little bit, get a little bit more square footage, a little bit bigger, and the main thing is we moved this doorway. So it wasn't here before, it was actually right here, which meant the front door run into the bedroom door, which isn't good. And then Stace, the last video you were talking about this sweet powder room here.
We added that.
We added that. So there was no powder room on the main floor, so that's totally new. And then what was right there?
There was a hallway. So I would have walked into this hallway and there was kind of a circle hallway around this awkwardly positioned closet that was in the middle of the room.
It was a huge closet though.
It was a big closet.
Which was not really useful, right?
No.
So, and then yeah, if we rip over through here, this closet kind of extended and there was just this little hallway at this portion. And correct me if I'm wrong, Stace, but this hall, wasn't this right here before?
It was. So we actually expanded the kitchen dining room space a little bit by moving the hallway over, which did involve moving the attic hatch.
We had to move the attic hatch, yeah.
So we moved that over. And then moving down the new hallway.
Yes. Into
the bedroom, so the primary bedroom.
Which is a huge bedroom now. This is massive.
Why is it larger?
Well, who doesn't like a big master bedroom?
But we took down 2 bedrooms into 1.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So there used to be actually 3 bedrooms on the main floor. We got rid of the middle bedroom, and we turned it into this amazing walk-in closet.
Which could be bedroom number 3
It
on the main
could
floor.
technically probably be a small bedroom.
It is huge. It looks great. And with all those layout changes, with everything that we did, so there's a lot of engineering. There was also structural beams that we had to put in.
Yes.
There was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes and behind the walls. We had to add cold air returns and different ducting and electrical, HVAC, all this kind of stuff. So all that adds to the cost, but it also adds to the longevity of the space.
Yes.
And originally this house was built in the 60s. And I mean, if you do the math, I mean, it's been here for 60 years. Now that we've done this renovation, this house is gonna last for another 60 years.
And it's beautiful.
Looks amazing.
Yes.
Super nice. Clients love it.
Yeah. So I'm Stacy.
And I'm Sean.
And
And
we're
we're Priority
Priority
Builders. Stay tuned for video number 4, where we're gonna touch on some really sweet stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and stay tuned.